Welcome. In front of me I have the XIAOMI Pad 7 Pro, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device and its specifications. So, before I get started, I'm going to quickly mention first thing, which is the price, and this device comes at about a €500 price tag. It's been released in October 29 of 2024, and yeah, that's basically everything that is important in terms of before we get into the device. So, popping it open, it's got these stickers, and we can get inside. There we go. So here we have the tablet itself. I am gonna boot it up, and while it's booting up, I'll quickly mention that right here we just have a charger and paperwork. So just to showcase this, we have paperwork and a charger, or charging cable, sorry. So dropping that back in here and tossing it to the ground. And now look at the device. So just like the non-pro version of this, it seems like this device lacks in any kind of AMOLED or OLED display, which is a bit of a shame. So we have an 11.2 inch display with a resolution of 2136 pixels by 3200 pixels. It's an LCD IPS, 144 Hz refresh rate, HDR10, so not 10 plus, it's not certified, and the reason for that is because it's only packing 800 nits of peak brightness, but it does support Dolby Vision somehow. Now, we also have an 85% screen to body ratio and a 345 pixels per inch, and that's basically everything that there's to the display. A little bit disappointing considering it doesn't have AMOLED display. I'm a firm believer that when getting a tablet, you should probably have a nice AMOLED OLED display, as this is a device that you will be using for the most part to probably watch movies, TV shows while you're on a couch, and just use it generally for like consumption of media and stuff like that. So your primary focus for this is looking at the device, unlike a phone, which also serves purposes to play music, pick up calls and stuff like that. So as a media device, I firmly am a believer that it should have an AMOLED or OLED display for that, so it gives you the best kind of experience. Now, if we flip it over to the back, we have a single camera setup, and that is a 50 megapixel wide sensor. Now, apparently we also have a 2 megapixel depth sensor right here, but where that is, I have no clue. It will be one of these weird dots right here, possibly around the flash, but I'm just guessing. And with the back cameras, you can record videos. Surprisingly 4K 60 frames or 1080p also 60. And now to the front, in the bezel, you can see right here, we have a 32 megapixel sensor, ultra wide, that does 1080p 30. Now again, just like the non-pro version of this device, it has some wonkiness where it comes down to storage. So internally we have 128 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM, and that version comes with UFS 3.1 storage type, while the subsequent other options that have over 128 gigabytes of storage, meaning 256 and 512 gigabytes of storage, come with UFS 4.0 storage type, which is a faster storage. So downloading, reading, writing onto it will be faster than the 128 gigabyte model. So not only do you have more storage, you also have a faster storage, and depending on how far you go, you also will have more RAM, as you have 8 gigabytes with the 128 only, but 256 has also the option to go for 12 gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, and also the 512 also have only 12 gigs of RAM as an option. Now, in terms of the battery right here, we're looking at 8,850 milliamp hour battery with a 67-watt charging speed with no provided charger in the box, unfortunately. A Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 processor, which is a bit dated at this point, older one. It's been succeeded by the Snapdragon 8 Elite at this point. And build-wise, the same one as the Non-Pro. And just to kind of bring those two together, so this is the Non-Pro, and here we go, literally side by side. Actually, let's do it this way, probably will be a little bit better. So here are the two devices side by side. Non-Pro, Pro. Literally no difference whatsoever in terms of the display. Display is about the same. The only difference that you might see is just the color. So this one has more of a silvery color. This one is more closer to like a black one or gunmetal. So because of that, the bezels right here don't have this silvery look, which might affect how the actual bezels look like. But in general, you can see the display, they're about this, I would say the same. And the back is also the same. You can see the only thing here is just the colors, but there's a subtle difference. The gunmetal one, the Pro version, does have the little writing right here under the camera, 50 megapixel, while this one has only a 13 megapixel and no depth sensor. So there we go, that's the only kind of visible difference. And taking a look at the build quality right here, we have aluminum frame, we have charging port at the bottom, Type-C, speakers. At the top we have more speakers and a power button, a pretty hefty one, and it doubles as a fingerprint sensor. Then on the right side or top side, depending on how you're holding it, you have your volume markers right here. I'm not exactly sure what this is, to be completely honest. And then on the other side we have absolutely nothing. So there we go. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.